unstoppable kick-ass confidence. Are you ready?
Welcome to the Raw and Unscripted show with Christopher Rausch, where we help you overcome your self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. Now please welcome our host, Christopher Rausch.
Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. Nothing like your in-ear monitor falling out when you're rocking out. Rocking out. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's Christopher Rausch. It's the Raw and Unscripted show, the special edition. Special edition of the Raw and Unscripted show. Can you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen? We're live. It's here Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be doing more of these. I told you guys, special editions of the Raw and Unscripted show, just for you. I am Christopher Rausch, your No Excuses coach, and I am honored to be here with you guys live. So we're going to have a special show for you tonight, obviously, as I just said. So whether you're here live or watching on the replay, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Misfits for life. Absolutely. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, for the last hour, I've just experienced a transformational scenario, really. And the purpose of today's broadcast is really to, as the title says, healing. We have to heal, but in order for us to heal, we have to be connected, and we have to be connected to an open mind of what different modalities are out there that can actually heal within, right? Oftentimes we go to doctors and Western medicine to get healed. But if you've studied Eastern medicine or Eastern philosophies, or if you looked at what other countries do for healing, there's a lot of different modalities out there. And I, for one, back in the day was like, okay, there's no such thing as these modalities where you can't touch, you can't see, you can't feel, that it's all, through your mind and everything. But I invite you today to suspend your thoughts and suspend those opportunities, because there is value in being able to connect with other souls virtually, to have the ability for us to heal, and for us to be, actually more importantly, not only to heal, but to grow. Because can you imagine, whether it's chronic pain or anxiety or overwhelm, can you imagine what your life would feel like and how much more improved your personality would be if you got rid of that? If you were able to release trauma from your childhood, can you imagine how much better you would feel? Can you imagine how much better your relationships would be? Can you imagine how much more excited you would wake up in the morning, feeling refreshed and feeling not like you've been carrying, 25 years, or for my case, 52 years of shit on your back? Can you imagine that? Yes. And that's what I just did. That's what I just did with my very special guest. So we appreciate you guys here. We're having a good time. So yes, I invite you guys to bring, to take notes and to definitely connect with our guest right after this. But I've met my guest virtually, of course, with a lot of my guests lately with COVID and everything else going on. I met him virtually, and we're all part of this transformational badass event. We're going to be talking more about that after we get done with the session. But both myself, Spencer, and Shari are all part of this magnificent event. So what we wanted to do today is to bring you a snippet of what it is that you're going to experience at this event through Spencer's work. So without any further ado, I'm going to invite to the Raw and Unscripted special edition show, Mr. Spencer Bonin. Spencer, how are you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing really, really well. How are you doing?
I'm doing much better. Consider we just talked 5 minutes ago. I'm good. I'm feeling refreshed, man. I'm feeling jazzed. I'm feeling like the energy is flowing, and I'm ready to rock and roll. And more importantly, I'm excited to see how the session goes live with you and Shari. So tell us a little bit about what it is that we just went through for the listeners, and what we're going to be doing here to tonight.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for this opportunity. It's always a joy and a pleasure to be able to show what this work actually is, because quite frankly, not a lot of people know about it. So it's relatively new. So what I do and what I specialize in is something called emotion code and body code. Body code's kind of like the level 2, so to speak, of whatever it is. So there's emotions where it's like, here's your 60 emotions. And then there's body code, which is everything else. So chakras, meridians, organs, glands, all that different stuff. So basically what we do in the emotion code and body code is first and foremost, it was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. So if you haven't checked him out, definitely check him out. He's an amazing, amazing human being. Lots of really great wisdom. Now, what this is it's purely what we're doing is we're asking the body questions through something called muscle testing or applied kinesiology. It's kind of like a little muscle test. So it's like, it shows either a yes or a no response, which is a direct kind of conversation, if you will, with your body. And your body knows what it likes. It knows what it doesn't like. It knows what happened back, 30 years ago, and knows, all the things. And basically we're having this communication, an open line of communication, because your body knows exactly what's going on with you that's contributing to different things in your life. So we have that open communication. And let's just say, for example, like for you yourself, Chris, you had this back pain, this lower back pain for the longest time. And we were able to ask directly, hey, is there some sort of underlying imbalance or energetic imbalance that we can release that's contributing to that pain? And your body would either give her like a yes or a no. And you know what I mean? So we can have that dialogue, we can have that question with your body, and it'll guide us there and be able to kind of heal these old traumas and baggage from back in the day. Or even could be recent as well. I don't judge. But yeah, so
tell the listeners what record I broke.
Oh yeah, so you've actually we were just talking about this.
I'm proud, baby. I'm proud. Let's go.
You are the record holder of the most amount of physical trauma energies that I've seen in a single session. Period. So I've never seen that many physical traumas in one session before, and I was just like, that's there's a lot of stuff going on there. So, you never know what you're gonna get. It's a lot of people ask me like, oh, can you fix this? Can you fix that? I'm just like, I just ask your body. I'm sure like your body knows what's up, and I'll go in there and find whatever your body wants me to find. So I just work here. So
just work here. It was a great experience. I super appreciate it, because if nothing else, it raises awareness of what trapped emotions are and what. So I go back in our past and identify some of those traumas. And what I do as a coach is I reframe those perspectives. So oftentimes people come to me and they say, I feel like a victim. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's go back into, the ages from 0 to 5. And let's talk about the childhood conditioning that you experienced and your belief systems that were created. So by the questions that you ask, they're great. Just for the people listening, write these questions down and think about them for yourself, because this is a great opportunity for you guys, the listeners, just to heal osmosely through this particular experience that we're going to do right now. And I'm going to bring on Shari, and we're going to join Kirk to the conversation. Shari, what's up? Welcome to the Raw and Unscripted show.
Hi. Hey,
surprise, I caught you.
Thank you so much. Spencer, how are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. Thanks. Doing well.
Oh, Chris, the trauma king record holder. Thank you, Scott. Just for everybody's benefit, Scott and I just recorded our show for tomorrow night before this show. So I'm like, that's why my voice is so hot or so rocked right now. But please, Shari, welcome to the Raw and Unscripted show. First of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for being live and going through this experience with us. I just participated with Spencer. And it was a phenomenal experience, and I really appreciate it. So I'm excited to see you guys go through this experience right now. So take it away, Mr. Spencer.
Absolutely. So I'm super stoked. And Shari, I think we've worked with each other before, so that's super fantastic.
Yes.
So all I'm going to ask for this time, and for the sake of everyone out there, so we can the emotion code and body code applies to so many different things. Is someone else? Oh, someone's probably taking notes. So do you have any kind of like physical pain? Is there any anxieties or stresses, or maybe like a little bit of depression going on?
A little bit of anxiety and a skin rash condition. Like maybe I've yet to really nail down the diagnosis of it, but psoriasis or eczema.
Okay.
Yeah. So skin condition, a little bit of anxiety.
Awesome. All right. Awesome. Well, not awesome. That's not the most.
Yeah, you got some shit going on.
Sorry, not sorry.
Listen to what I mean and know what I say. Perfect. Okay, so we've got some anxiety going on now. Is that something that you can rate on a scale of 0 to 10 right now, Shari?
It would be about 5, 6.
5 to 6. Okay, so that can not the funnest experience of you're having over there. So we got some anxiety, we got some skin stuff going on. Perfect. And is there anything else? Are those two like the top 2 main things that you potentially like to work with?
Yes.
Awesome.
Please. Yes.
Perfect. So
the skin condition issue is a 10.
Is a 10. Okay. Perfect. So we got a 10 out of 10. Now there's a couple. What do I want to ask with that? So for the skin rash,
do you want to explain the process by which you're going to go through?
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's going to be pretty simple. So what I do is I just kind of find a particular, the number one thing. And obviously with someone who's coming in, we're going to work with something physical usually first. I like to work or something that we can kind of see something in the first session. So like for you, Chris, we worked on your back pain. It was something physical. Like you can notice a difference between before and after. The skin rash, I don't know if we're going to be able to really see that like immediately. Sometimes the body has that little bit of a lag time. So with the anxiety, it's probably better for demonstration purposes or whatever. But yeah, so what we're going to do is as I go through, I'll ask your body, well, first and foremost, I'll connect with you energetically because I'm assuming I have your permission.
Yes, you do.
For the fact that you're here.
Yes,
And for everyone who's wondering kind of how this works, first and foremost, I don't know exactly how it works, but I don't know how a car works. So I still get in my car and drive all the time anyway.
Hang on one second. Hang on, Spencer. Sherry, is there something coming through on your microphone? I hear it like noises.
Oh, I thought that was like someone typing.
Yeah.
I'm like wondering who was typing.
Is that better?
That's better.
Yes. Oh.
It was like sounds like somebody's typing on a keyboard.
No.
Oh.
That's weird. All right, continue.
So weird. Yeah, I was wondering that too. So either way, so we're gonna kind of maybe someone's like hacking us.
No.
If I mute my mic, does that help?
Well, then you can't talk. It's a requirement.
What if I
feel like you need to speak. Thanks.
Is it me? Could be me.
What are you doing, Spencer? You making clicking sounds? You weren't making clicking sounds before.
Apparently. Well, maybe I'll bust out my headphones, see if that helps.
That might. Well, thank you guys for all being here. I see we got some amazing people here. We got Kimberly in the house, Scott Goyen in the house. This is a great show. I'll definitely watch this later. Love you guys. Kimberly's in the house. Got Kimberly trying to ping some people in here. What's up, people? Jacqueline Rose is in the house. I told Jacqueline to watch this. She says, do whatever you have to do to heal the pain and the trauma. Absolutely.
Amen. Amen.
And Kimberly says, real life shit.
Yep.
Still definitely hearing that, but
yeah, me too. I don't know.
Try to remove your screen share, Spencer. Maybe that's it.
Move my screen? What do you mean?
Just your screen share. You're going to share the screen. Is that it?
I don't know.
You're good.
Okay. Well, we'll just kind of go for it and see what we can do here. So, first question I have for you, Shari, is how young are you again?
51.
51. All right. So basically all we're going to do here is I'm going to connect with you energetically. And the way this works, kind of like I was saying before, is if you kind of picture maybe like a little thread that comes out of you, goes into like this universal consciousness and then comes back down to me, your permission is kind of like the Wi-Fi password to log on. So then for those people who are wondering, like, how is he doing things across, because I live in Victoria and you're, I believe in Mexico, right?
Cancun, yeah.
Cancun. So, how does this work? That's kind of how it works energetically. I can connect with you there. And what I'm going to do is muscle testing, like I was talking about, which is just self-testing. So when I do this, it's like, when I say, give me a yes, it'll kind of stay together. And if it says no, they'll break apart. And then that's that communication I was talking about. And so what we do is we ask, once I'm connected with you, then I'll ask, hey, is there some sort of underlying imbalance that's contributing to your skin rash or to your anxiety? And then it'll either give me a yes or a no. And then we'll just go through. And I have you guys will be able to see the whole process with, I'll have my screen being able to share and everything as well, so people can see that. Does that make sense? Is that pretty clear?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So Chris, are we able to kind of show my screen there?
Yep. There we go.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So now you guys can see everything that I see. So we've got the skin rash, the anxiety there. So first and foremost, what I always like to do before every single session is I always like to ask for help. So anyone who's watching this live, what we're going to do is we're going to take 10 or 15 seconds, maybe even 10 or 15 seconds. And we're just going to kind of do a silent meditation just to kind of ask for some help and some guidance. So everyone who's watching, just throw those good, awesome, positive healing vibes towards Shari here. And then we'll do as much as we possibly can to help her. And so let's just take that 5 or 15 seconds right now. Awesome. Did we lose her?
Yeah. She she was like, you're not gonna do this with me live. I think she was having connection issues, so she probably went off and then is gonna jump back on.
Gotcha. I certainly don't hear the clicking anymore.
Yep, she's coming back.
Perfect.
There she is. Now she's sideways. There she is.
Awesome. All right. So I'm just gonna ask your body here. Or first and foremost, so we kind of asked for some help there. So first and foremost here, so show me as you know. So Shari, so can I be a proxy for you? So I can be a proxy. So that means a yes. So show me yes, you know. So my name is yes, you know. So is my name Spencer still? No, it's Shari. Cool. So I'm you right now, temporarily, where I get to ask your body questions. So let's ask where where your body wants to go with this first, and we'll just release a couple of imbalances and do as much as we can here. Okay. So let's see. So show me as you know. So Shari, what does your body really want to work on right now? Does your body really want to work on this anxiety? Does it want to work on this? It wants to work on the skin stuff. So perfect. So let's see what we can do. We'll release a couple of imbalances, and then what's really, really cool too is sometimes the body is really, really smart, and not sometimes, the body is really, really smart, and it likes to work on multiple things at the same time. So even if we start kind of working on the skin rash a little bit, every once in a more than likely it's going to kind of have an effect on that anxiety as well. Does that make sense? But we'll check in on that as we go. Awesome. Yes. Perfect. So let's dive right in. So this is kind of how this is going to work. This is the flow chart we have. So I'm just going to go right for it. And everyone watching, I'll do my best to make it kind of follow alongable, if that makes sense. So let's see. So show me as you know. So Shari, so I can be a proxy for you. So my name is Shari. So Shari, is there some sort of underlying key log imbalance that we can release or resolve subconsciously that's going to really help this skin rash or this psoriasis, eczema, whatever's going on with your skin? Is there something that we can release to resolve that? Okay, sweet. So what is the biggest contributing imbalance we can resolve right now? Is it something that's on this chart here? Is it something that's on the left-hand side? Is it some sort of maybe like an energy? So there's something energetic going on. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's maybe like on the left side, it's on the right, some sort of maybe like an allergy? No, is this something that's emotional? This is actually something called this is a reverberation. Oh, so let's see. So is it something that's on this chart? Is it something that's maybe like is it something that's maybe like on the left-hand side, some sort of maybe like a seeking heart? Is this like a current symptom? This is something called a sickness memory. Okay. So sickness memory, it's kind of an interesting imbalance. So you can see it a little bit here and there. It's basically like it's like a reverberation of a kind of like this lingering vibration of an old past sickness. So like if you had like a really bad cold back in the day or strep throat, or it doesn't necessarily matter which cold or which sickness it was. It's just kind of like this lingering sickness vibe in the body, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Hopefully it does. So there's some sort of a sickness memory here. To show me as you know. So when did you get this? Let's see. So you're 51 years young. So show me, was this, we'll say the age of, was this before age 25? You see, okay, is this before age 20? Was this before age 10? Okay, so is this between 10 and 20? Okay, is this between 10 and 15? Okay, is this age 10? This is like around age 11. So I don't know if that's significant, or if you remember being sick around age 11 or anything like that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And if you want to share, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Totally.
Yeah. No, I was. I actually had a fear of throwing up.
Okay.
So and it ended up turning into a little bit of an eating disorder for like a year between the 10 and.
Oh, we lost her again. It's the Cancun
Boom. Yeah, see, it's the electrical energy, dude. See, like Kimberly says, so he's a badass healer. It's the electrical energy, dude. Between our session before and now this session now, it's killing the the connection.
Could be.
It keeps killing the connection. I don't know what it is.
He's so powerful.
Yeah, it keeps booting me out, Spencer.
I'm just doing what I can. I'm just trying to heal you as much as I can.
Oh, look at you.
All right. Well, okay. So that makes sense then. So there's something going on. So show me as you know. So Shari, Is it to do with what you were just describing? The answer is yes. So that's exactly what this is all about. Is it necessary for us to really know anything else about it? No. Is there some sort of maybe like, is there something else that's associated with it? So in the body code, we always ask if there's something underneath it or associated with it, because we always want to get to like the root of the issue, if that makes sense. So we're going to keep going lower and lower and lower until we get to pick the root and get that out of there. So let's go find out what this is. So there's something associated with the sickness memory. Is it something that's in the body code? Is it something that's maybe like on the left-hand side, some sort of an energy? Okay. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's on the left-hand side, something else that is post-traumatic? Is this offensive? This is mental. Okay. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's maybe like on the left? Is it some sort of like a will to? This is a no will to. So there's like a no, oops. Wow, if I could learn how to type. No will to something. So let's go. So this is like our little handy dandy chart. There's all kinds of stuff. No will to is like not willing to do a certain thing, or not having like the willpower to do a whatever this is. So there's all kinds of different things. So let's go find out what this is. So something that's on this chart. Is it something maybe in column A? Is this in column B? Okay, is this in rows 1 through 3? It's in rows 4 through 7. Is this in row 4? So this is in B4. Okay, is this like a no will to? Is this like a no will to be seen? Is this like a no will? Interesting. This is a no will to heal or be healed energy.
Wow,
that's a very interesting.
Huh.
That's a very interesting energy. So there's a no will to heal or be healed. So, you know, which you know, at a certain point in life, like that's fine, right? Like at some point, I'm sure that it was a strategy that, you know, maybe kept you safe in some way or another. So be thankful for it.
Exactly.
But if that's kind of preventing you from your skin from healing in some way, pretty dang cool.
Pretty much why it's still here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Breakthroughs.
So, yeah, heck yeah, I'm excited about this. So let's see. So show me, so Shari, so do we need to know more about this guy? Is it necessary for us to know more about it? Nah. Your body's like, nah, don't worry about it. Although, is there something else that is, is there something else that might be like, is there something else associated with it? So there's something else even deeper. So let's go find out what that is. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's maybe like on the left? Is it some sort of like an energy? Okay. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's on the left again? Is it something that's post-traumatic this time? Interesting. Is it on this chart? Something that's maybe like on the left? It's on the right, actually. So this is something called a recovery interference energy. So recovery interference, and as you can kind of, I don't know if the viewers can see this, hopefully they can, but I'll just read it. So it's a type of energy that develops when the body's recovery process, whether it's, you know, minor or severe injury or illness, is kind of interrupted, and the body can't return to a balanced state. Did you hear any of what I just said, Shari?
No, I'll catch the replay.
Okay. So basically, what's going on is it's some sort of an energy that's like similar to this no will to heal or be healed, but it's like something that's blocking or interfering with the body's normal healing process. So it's kind of like this energy that disrupts the flow of energy. So it's like a double whammy here. It's crazy. So let's see. Is it necessary for us to really know more about that? No. Is there some sort of maybe like, wow, this goes even deeper. Wow. It doesn't happen that often where we go this deep, but let's go find out.
Shari's going deep.
Hell yeah.
Breaking records.
Yeah, exactly.
The speakers at the event are all messed up, ladies and gentlemen.
No doubt. Jesus,
Spencer's gonna fix us all.
I'll do my very best.
No pressure.
So what's going on with this recovery interference energy? Is it something that's on this chart? Some sort of maybe like an energy again. So there is another energy. Okay. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's maybe like on the left side? It's on the right. Some sort of an allergy. This is emotional, going to trapped emotion roots. Something that's on this chart, something that's maybe like on the left. Is it some sort of like a trapped emotion? Classic. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's maybe like on the left-hand side is some sort of like a prenatal. No, is this a preconception? No, this is an inherited. Lots of inherited stuff today. That's fun.
Imagine that.
More so with you, Chris.
Whatever it's doing, it's messing with me being able to stay in this room.
Totally.
I'm literally right next
technology.
to the router. I'm right next to it.
That's totally fine.
Earbuds are in. Going in deep. Yes, Kimberly.
We've solved the clicking problem. So that's the best thing so far, which is great. So there's some sort of an inherited trapped emotion. So let's go find out what this is. So show me, yes, is it something that's on this chart? Something that's maybe like in column A? Is this in column B? Is this in rows 1 through 3? Is this in row 1? Okay, is this emotion? You know what this is? This is actually effort unreceived. Is this emotion effort unreceived? Yes. Okay. Is this emotion? Is this insecurity? Is this vulnerability? No, it's effort unreceived. So effort unreceived is like you're putting in all kinds of work and nothing comes from it. You're just like, you put in all this work, no one recognizes it. You're just like, oh, why did I even bother doing that thing? I don't know if that's been happening a lot lately, but does that make sense?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay. So let's go find out who this is from. Let's see. So show me notes. Is this from maybe like your mom? This is from your dad. This is from your dad. Is this multiple? Okay. Is this more than we'll say 5? Is this more than we'll say 10? No. Between 5 and 10. Okay. Is this 5? Is this 6? Is this 7 generations? Okay. We're finding some good ones today. Now, here's the really cool, for all the viewers watching who have never experienced this before, the coolest part about emotion code, body code, and energy work really in general is that when we get to something that's inherited, we can actually take these little balls of energy and they kind of get stuck in our body. And from the moment of conception, it's like, boom, here you go from mom or dad. Here's a little ball of energy. Now, what's really, really cool is that when it's kind of like a shared energy. So when we release this from Shari here, everyone that's involved, 7 generations up the chain, kids down the line, cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever, across the chains, this actually releases from multiple people, not just Shari. So that once you release it from Shari, it actually releases from everyone in the fam jam that's attached to that particular emotion. So this is some powerful, powerful stuff. We're giving sessions to not only Shari, but a good portion of her family too, which is really, really cool. So let's see. So show me, let's see. So do we need to know more about this? Yes. So do we need to know more about this emotion? We don't. Yes. Can we just release this? Cool. So, and the way we release this, we haven't actually got to this part yet. We've gone 4 layers deep and haven't released anything yet.
Release it.
The way we do this, and just to kind of explain it, is the best way I like to explain this is if anyone's ever taken a credit card or a debit card, there's that like kind of magnetic strip on the back, right? So our body, and I don't know if you've ever taken a magnet to that before, it kind of deletes the information from the card. So don't do it. Would not recommend. Do not delete the information from your card because it'll become useless. But for us, we're kind of similar. Is that if you're familiar with, chi energy and different meridians in the body, we have this one meridian in our body called the Governing Meridian. It runs from the top of our lip, up our face, over our head, down our back, down to our spine. That one meridian system connects with all the other energetic channels in our body. And that's kind of like the debit strip of the body. So when we find an imbalance, what happens is we find it kind of pokes its head up a little bit. And then what we can do is we can wipe it using magnets. So for me, because our hands actually have polarity, I can use a magnet. Dr. Brad has tested this on multiple magnets, frigged magnets, fancy magnets, non-fancy magnets, your fingers, whatever. Anything works as long as it's magnetic. And then basically we do that same thing. And we, with the intention of releasing this emotion, we release this inherited trapped emotion of effort unreceived that goes back 7 generations. Let's just release that. And we'll call that 10 swipes. I always do a few extra for the road here. So, show me, so did we just, so Shari, did we just release this? So Shari, we just released that. So great. That's
all those layers, Spencer?
Well, not quite. We released the inherited trapped emotion.
Leaving no trace, please. No.
I will do my absolute darndest.
I said the same thing. I was like, permanently?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's multiple layers, but it's wild. Sometimes I've seen people who have chronic pain for 20, 30 years, and we do a session, it's like, boom, gone, never bugs you again. Wow. It blows my mind every single time. All right. So let's see. So show me, so Shari, did we just release that inherited trapped emotion of effort unreceived? Did we just release this? Yes, we did. Yes, okay, is there something else going on with this recovery interference energy? Is there something else that's associated? No. Can we just let that go? Yep. Boom. Let's release this recovery interference energy. Perfect. Show me, did we just release this? Yes. Okay. Is there something else going on with this, no will to be healed? Is there something else that's associated? No. So can we just release that too? Boom. Here we go. Let's just release this no will to heal or be healed energy. Say goodbye to that. And show me Estino. So Shari, did we just release this? Yes. Okay. Is there something else going on with this sickness memory? No. Okay, so can we just release that? Dope. Let's just release this sickness memory at age 11. Let's just let that go. Get that out of the body. Okay. So show me Estino. So did we just release this? Okay. We did it, Shari. We went all the way back.
And I wasn't even here.
That's okay. It works either way.
This is high vibing right now. Woo!
Hell yeah. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm just going to get you to maybe stand up, walk around a bit. Like, I know we're not necessarily looking for a massive difference for the skin and stuff right now, but I just want you to kind of integrate a little bit. And then I want to see maybe how that anxiety feels. I just want to see if maybe that's lowered a little bit since we've been working.
Yes, it has.
Except for the fact that her internet connection doesn't work, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
She's like trying to be all, yeah, I'm right, I'm feel better, and like, poor thing, her internet connection. I've had that situation. I've had that when I've been broadcasting, and we do my Friday night show, and my internet was so bad that it was so crazy because Scott would stay on the show, but I would freeze or I would disappear. So I kept having to log back in. I did the same thing, Shari, for my own show. It was just like my internet was so crappy, but I was like, and I just told people, I'm like, stuff happens. All of us have experienced technical glitches. We're here for the information. We pause. Hey, we're good.
But the beauty of all of this is that Spencer can keep going, and it doesn't affect what he's doing. Even if I wasn't even in this live and I was just sitting, in a room, not even on this live, he could do just.
And we might have to.
Wise words. Right? Exactly. Dang it. I want a number on that anxiety. We'll get one. We'll get it one day. But let's see. So perfect. So I'm just going to check and see if there's anything else we can do with the skin rash, just to be thorough. So let's see. So let's go back to the main event here. We'll release a couple more things. So we'll see how this goes.
And on that note, get out.
I'm just going to
on cue.
I'm just going to release a couple other things here, Shari. Do as much as healing as we can today.
Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
Let's see. So what else we got going on? So is there something else your body really wants to release that's contributing to this kind of skin rash thing that's going on? Yes. Is there something else your body wants to release here? Yes. Okay. Is it something that's in the body code? Is it something that's maybe like on the left-hand side? Is it some sort of like an energy? This is some sort of a circuit or a system. Okay. Is it something that's on this chart here? Is it something that's maybe like on the left-hand side? It's on the right. Some sort of maybe like an organ. Okay. So there's an organ out of whack. Okay. Okay. So we've got a few things here. So it's on the, so let me just see if I can, there we go. So show me, is it something that's on this chart? Is it something that's on this chart? Okay, is it something that's maybe like on the left-hand side? Okay, is this to do with maybe like your uterus? No. Is this to do with maybe your stomach? No. Is this to do with maybe like your spleen? Oh. Is this to do with your spleen? Interesting. So something's going on with your spleen. So let me zoom back in here. So
Susan, this would help you.
Does this make sense for you, by the way? So the common symptoms would be like discomfort in the mid-back, in the left shoulder, lowered immunity, lots of anxiety, despair, disgust, nervousness, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control of self-esteem. So this
Lay it on me, Spencer.
So this is all stuff that's generated by that organ. So if the organ is a little bit out of whack, or if it's misaligned, or if it's unhappy, it has a tendency to create more of those emotions, as well as some of these physical things. Do these physical things make sense for you at all?
Some of them, not all of them.
Okay, then that's totally fine. So for whatever reason, your spleen is unhappy. So let's go find out if there's anything causing that. So let's see.
Straighten up that spleen.
That's right. And for those who are wondering, the spleen is, not the stomach. Your spleen is a blood reservoir that disposes of old red blood cells and is important to certain important immune functions. So it's very, very important for immunity and stuff like that. Removing bacteria from the bloodstream and all that kind of stuff. So if there is some sort of lingering bacteria or something that was around, if the spleen is not working properly, it might contribute to different skin ailments, right? So that's kind of cool. That makes sense. So let's see. So show me. So there's some sort of underlying key log imbalance that's causing the spleen to be unhappy. Is it something that's causing that? Okay. Is it something that's on this chart? Something that's maybe like on the left again? Is it some sort of like an energy? Yes. Is it on this chart here? Is it something that's maybe like on the left? Is it something else that is post-traumatic? No. Is this offensive? No, this is mental again. Okay. Is it on the Is this not saying it's a bad thing? Is this thing that's on this chart something that's maybe like on the left-hand side? It's on the right, some sort of like a memory field. This is programming. Okay.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
something
Here we go.
this chart? Okay, is it some sort of maybe like an image? No. Is it some sort of like a belief system? No. This is something called a despair anchor. Despair anchors are very interesting. So despair anchor is basically like it's a negative statement or a phrase that kind of gets programmed into our subconscious mind. And then it kind of seeks to fulfill that as truth. Because as we know, like your perception creates a reality. So these things kind of get programmed in there. And then boom, all of a sudden you have this like new thing that's created usually through negative self-talk and stuff like that for despair anchors. That now all of a sudden that's your reality. And that's what it kind of manifests because your perception has changed with the statement. So I'm just going to go find out what this is. So let's see. So show me, is it something that's on this chart here? Okay, is it something that's maybe like in column A? Is this in column B? Is this in rows 1 through 3? Is this in row 1? Is this in row 2? Okay. So this is kind of the little thing we're doing here. So show me, is it something like, is it something like I'll be rejected? It's something like I'll never be accepted. I don't know if that makes sense for you, if you ever feel that way.
Yep.
Fair enough. And sometimes these really hit home, you know, like you're just like, oh my gosh,
like a gut punch.
I had a few of those, Sherry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
The truth hurts, and then you grow from it. That's what
Exactly. Oh man. So it's so interesting. So let's go see if there's anything that's associated with this guy. Let's see if maybe there's anything underneath it. Let's see. So show me, so Shari, is there some sort of maybe like is there something else that's maybe like associated with that? Is there something else that's associated? No, actually, we can that is the key log. So it's gonna, if there's anything underneath it, it's just gonna knock a bunch of stuff off anyway. So can we just release it then? Sweet. So we're just gonna release this despair anchor of I'll never be accepted. Show me, so did we just release this? We just released it, so good to go. So we released this despair anchor. Is there something else going on with the spleen? Is there something else that's kind of causing your spleen to be unhappy? So can we just reset it? So we're just going to reset your spleen over there. Give it a quick little reboot, as they say. So let's see. So show me, so did we just reset that? Yes. Okay, cool. So perfect. So we've got a few things here. I wanted to see how you're feeling over there, Shari, and I wanted to check and see how that anxiety is feeling. I know you said about a 5 or a 6 before, but how's that doing now?
It's pretty much gone.
Sweet. Maybe like a little bit because like the internet's all wonky, but like. So is it
okay? Like a 1.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's better than a 5 or a 6. So
absolutely.
And the really cool thing to note here too is like, we weren't even really working with the anxiety, right? And that's why this is kind of like a double-edged sword, because sometimes we work with something completely unrelated, whether it's physical pain, sometimes we work with like a physical condition. And a lot of the time we have these different like anxieties or whatever it is, but they really just, once you start working with these other physical conditions are nothing more than your body's way of communicating that something is going on. So a lot of people view physical pain or illness or whatever it is as something that's really negative, when in actuality, it's actually amazing. It's perfect. It's an amazing, amazing tool for us to be able to find out what's going on, because the body has no other way to communicate with us other than physical things. So when we start to work on these physical conditions, automatically, well, not automatically sometimes, but very, very often, these other anxieties or stresses or depressions or whatever kind of start to fall away, because you're getting back to center, you're getting back grounded, and you're kind of getting where your body or your mind wants you to go to spiritually, if that makes sense. So
yes.
Perfect. So, we were able to release a few things there. I think maybe we'll kind of leave it at that point for right now.
Yep.
But we were able to drop some anxiety. We worked specifically on the skin rashes. So keep me posted on how that feels over the next, I don't know, give it a couple days, 2-3 days a week or something like that. Allow your body some time to kind of heal from that as well. Because there's 2 different ways this works, is like, sometimes you have that big shift, right? Like we drop from a 5 or a 6 stress level down to a 1 or a 0. Whereas sometimes, you get it down to maybe like a 1 or 2 or whatever, and now the body has to heal. So sometimes these different imbalances are preventing the body from doing its natural job of healing itself. So once we release those imbalances, boom, all of a sudden now the body can do its job and heal itself. So sometimes there's that lag period. So perfect. So that's awesome. So what we're going to do is we're just going to reset your heart chakra over there. We're going to program you to process easily, effectively, efficiently, and peacefully. So then that way, instead of being like this over the next couple of days, maybe like it happens enough that it's worth saying. So if you get a session, maybe like 1 in 5 sessions, you might be a little bit emotionally up and down. It's just because we're playing with some energetic, emotional stuff. So it just kind of happens that way. But over the course of 2-3 days, your body will level out, even out. And if you're like freaking out, if you get a session and you are a little emotionally up and down, just be like, I just had a session the other day. I'm probably just processing. And then that really helps the process out a lot.
Right.
So.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I feel better. Did you feel better right away, Christopher?
Yes, I did. I actually, truth be told, I was just finding something to promote Spencer. Yes, I did. I felt a release. I felt like a tension shift in what was going on in my body, and it was badass. It was definitely. I mean, you feel the connection. You feel the opportunity for for inner healing, and just going through those questions, just kind of just like releasing. I think it's just part of the process that you do. But absolutely, I felt great.
Yep, me too. You rock, Spencer.
Well, thanks, guys. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this. This is what I love to do. So it's so fun to be able to kind of help people with these different things, and whether it's physical pain or mental things with anxiety, depression, stuff like that. Like it's so cool to be able to help people with that. So
you're tremendous. So let's talk about how long have you been doing this type of work?
This type of work, so energy healing in general, I've been doing. I was introduced to it back probably, I want to say like 2011, something like that. So 2011 is when I was introduced to it, and then I've been practicing with various different modalities. Started probably about 6-7 years ago, back in like 2013, 2014, and then the emotion code, body code, since October of 2019. It was wild. They have a book, and the book was on my bed. Because my mom sent it to me, and I got home, picked it up, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I need to read this. And it was crazy. And for me, I don't read that often. And to that point, like I've never been a big reader. I held the book in my hands and I was like, I need to read this. And within 2 days, I crushed the book. And I was like, this is like literally everything I've known about energy healing in one book, or that I've learned in the last 6 years. Like, it was bananas.
Do you remember the name of the book?
The Emotion Code.
Oh,
yeah.
It's phenomenal, Christopher. This stuff, I've been dealing with the Emotion Code, body code for a little over a year now, and it is amazing. This work, I mean, years and generations. You just went back 7 generations on something that I had going on. It heals for your future generations and previous generations. So we really are here as generational healers.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you talk about that we can take, and I've heard this recently, we can take trapped emotions and trapped traumas generation to generation.
Yes.
So we could be dealing something that's not even
ours.
Us.
It inherited. Mine was inherited.
Totally.
I wish they would told us when we were born.
That's what I said. I was like, there's no instruction manual with this thing called life. It's like, just go out there, have a good time. You'll figure it out.
Exactly.
No, there isn't. So who is this for? Because I know Jacqueline's been in here. She says anyone wants to know about agoraphobia. I could tell you that I was housebound for almost 10 years. What type of work does this work on? Because we got Susan here. She says my PTSD and depression are keeping me from wanting to go outside. If I don't go out if I have to.
All of it.
Yeah.
Tell those ladies to reach out to Spencer. And I kid you not, ladies, you will be amazed. I mean, amazed. Instantly you will feel different. And then you got to keep working, because like Spencer says, there's layers after layers after layers of stuff. And it's amazing. He was able to go right back into my childhood, right down to the age where I had that fear of throwing up. So I didn't eat. It was a really, really bad time. So it was the sickness where, because I was like, it was like fearful of being healing because I didn't want to get sick. It was the craziest time of my life. But he went right back to the age of when the trauma happened, because sometimes we block it out. So the PTSD and the depression and all that stuff, there's always a hidden reason for it. And Spencer could literally go in minutes. I mean, we've been on this for 45 minutes and he's been able to take 7 generations of something, remove it from everybody, myself included. And I swear to you, please just try. It's not going to hurt you at all. It's only going to help you.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I really want to touch on as well is, like, you know, for example, like, let's just say you're a person that has had a condition for 20 years. And it's like, you've gone to the doctors, you've done the medications and all these different things. And it's like, okay, well, what are the options, right? And it's like, well, it's like, I can continue taking the medications. The doctors don't know what's going on. I can do surgeries, like whatever it is, versus like, let's just say it's because sometimes we get, like I was talking about, sometimes we get like a really like immediate, like, holy crap, that's night and day difference from before and after, boom, one session. And sometimes it takes longer, right? Like sometimes it does take 3, 5, 6 sessions to deal with, but it's like, you know, let's just say it takes 6 sessions to deal with this thing that you've had for 20 years. Right. And it's like, well, that's, for me, I take a little bit longer. So there's some people out there that maybe 20 minutes, half an hour in a session. For me, I usually take about 45 minutes to an hour, but like, let's just say that's 6 hours versus like 20 years worth of stuff. Right. And it's like, okay, well, you know,
do the math.
it's one of those things.
Right.
It's like that trade-off. It's like, are you going to be happy with the fact that, like, if you maybe spend a little bit of this time doing this to kind of heal it permanently?
Yes.
It's one of those things. So
I swear by this stuff. I swear by it. And Christopher, can you make the special announcement?
Absolutely.
Or do you want me to make the special announcement?
I'm gonna let you make it, but I'm gonna do a screen share. But I just want to go back to what we started when I started the show and thinking about it. I invite you guys viewing this live or listening to this on the replay. Just imagine if you've been carrying around 20 years of shit in your life and you had the opportunity to make an investment and have, 6 sessions and have just even 50% of that stuff released. Can you imagine what you would feel like? Can you imagine how your emotional state would change? Can you imagine how different your relationships can be? You imagine how more productive and happy at work you would be? It's amazing what you could do. I've been working on myself for years. I've had emotional healers. I've had a psychotherapist. I've had Reiki. I've had all sorts of different things done. And through that process of releasing and surrendering and being able to let go of all that emotional pain, it's made me such a happier person. It's made me such a more confident person. It's made me such a more peaceful person. I used to be angry. I used to be like, oh, let's go. I was just talking about it on my other show. But now I'm like, I'm all about love. And I'm like, where did that come from? I wasn't about love. I punch you through the face back in the day. And now I'm like, no, I just love people. I don't care if I disagree with them. I love you. We're all connected, but I've been able to do that through a lot of work, but I would not be the person I am today if I had not done that work. So we invite you to come participate with us, ladies and gentlemen, because we have an opportunity for you. It's called the Transformational Badass Event. And Shari, I'm going to share my screen right here and I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak to this lovely opportunity.
We have planned the Unleash Your Inner Badass Summit here in Cancun, paradise, right here where I live. And Spencer is a part of the package. So you book the ticket, you get amazing speakers, Christopher Rausch, Paul Nadeau, Les Pee Wee Harrison, just to name a few, are going to be speaking at this event in Cancun, all inclusive. Everything is covered. No stone left unturned. Every single thing from the moment you have boots on the ground on the tarmac in.
Oh yeah. Well, she just took off. So I'll pick up. So anyways, I mean, look at this event. I've had a chance to work with Paul and share stages with him on Clubhouse and on Instagram. We got the badass Kimberly Houseman. Kimberly's right here. Kimberly's here in the chats. What's up, Kimberly? She's like, so awesome. It's so awesome to see me on screen. Yes, Kimberly's going to be there. She's going to be talking about relationship styles, getting down to the nitty gritty, getting off the hamster wheel, getting out of the Tinder tornado. Who's in a Tinder tornado? Susan, are you in a Tinder tornado? Jacqueline, are you? Getting out of a triangle ship. We're going to be talking about that. all sorts of amazing stuff. We got Paul. He's going to be talking about attitude and unlocking the blocks of an unstoppable mindset. And Paul is a former hostage negotiator, and he's just an amazing speaker. He and I share a brain. When we talk, it's like we just feed off of each other. And of course, we got Pee Wee Harrison. Says here, dream an unrealistic dream and ask yourself, why not? So again, relationship styles. You got this bozo right here. Going to be talking about no self-sabotage and increased confidence. Absolutely. Shari, welcome back. Whoops. Shari, welcome back.
Yeah. Like, hey, they just don't like, stop it already, universe. Let me speak. Anyways, like I was saying, we've got you covered. This is going to be an amazing, intensive, awesome, life-changing, transformational experience. And as I was saying, Spencer is a part. So when you purchase your ticket to go to this live event here in Cancun, where you're staying in a beautiful boutique hotel called the Adhara, it's all inclusive in the food. We're going to have an amazing celebration, a catamaran trip to Isla Mujeres with snorkeling. We've got everything taken care of. COVID's stuff is in place. We are ready to go. And Spencer's emotion code, body code sessions for everyone in attendance, that's part of what you get. So it's amazing, everybody. We are so super excited. And we've opened it up to couples, men, women, friends, girls, whatever, partners, significant others. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's
go. Let's make it happen.
She's already there. Like she's ready to go.
She's already there. I just want to, I want to run through this real quick. So day one of self-discovery. Who am I really? How did I get here? Soft as the new strong, from sabotaging to stable, self-doubt to secure, frozen in fear and anxiety, autopilot thinking. So that's day one. I mean, you can go through and read those yourself. And day two is relationships and money. And in relationships and money, we're going to be talking about all sorts of different things. Batshit crazy love. What's batshit crazy love? What do I allow not to be alone? Relationships and situationships, strangleships, all the different things. You guys can go to transformationalbadass.com and be able to see that as well. So where did I put that? I had that in there somewhere. So transformationalbadass.com, and you can see that. And then day three, we're going to switch this around. But like she said, going out on the catamaran and just enjoying time and having snorkeling activities and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, Shari's back. Oops. Shari's back. Whoops, she's back and she's muted.
She's back and she's muted. She muted herself.
She muted herself.
But anyway, we're super excited. We really want you all to join us for this amazing, life-changing experience. So let's get your tickets. Christopher, we're going to post that in the comments, the link to get your tickets, and let's get going on this. This is going to be super amazing. We've planned everything.
Absolutely.
There's the link, ladies and gentlemen, transformationalbadass.com. Just go there, check it out. And definitely, I mean, this is an opportunity for you watching this to take the situation, take the step. We're nearing the last quarter of the year, ladies and gentlemen, 2021. Next year, it's going to be 2022. And obviously, there's a lot going on in the world today. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of emotion. And what better time not to hunker down and play it safe and go, I wonder what's going to happen. This is the time, ladies and gentlemen, where you go, hey,
move.
I'm not going to be that person. I was that person back in 2020. I was that person in 2021. You have an opportunity to be 2022. Go, fuck yeah. No, I'm going to go to this event. I'm going to learn what I need to learn. Then I'm going to set my goals and strategies for starting 2022 with a bang. Yes. Starting before that. You guys have to take responsibility for this, because take it from me, when things get tough, you have to get tougher. You have to get tougher. If something's calling to you to do this, you need to go do it, because listen, ladies and gentlemen, time is going to go by anyway. And whatever's going to happen in the world is going to happen in the world. You cannot live in fear. You cannot live in, oh my God, what's going to happen? You have to go out there and take charge of your life. You have to go tell the universe, listen, I'm not going to back down from whatever is going to happen in my life. I'm not going to back down. Bring it. I'm going to go and I'm going to learn and I'm going to go grow, because exponentially speaking, the compound interest on your investment over your lifetime will exceed whatever it is that you have to spend. Trust me. If you think you're going to do it on your own with your own self-help books and your own stuff like that, you're not going to do it. You're going to think you're going to do it, but what you're going to do is you're going to play the someday game. Someday I'm going to do this, and someday I'm going to do that. And when this happens, then this is going to happen. No, you have to tell the universe, listen, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of being comfortably miserable. I want an opportunity to go to go really truly connect with people who have your best interest at heart. The reason why I'm a part of this, is because all of these individuals are heart-centered folks. They are real, genuine people. We're doing this event not to make money and all this other stuff. No, this isn't or get you in a hamster wheel. This is an opportunity, like Shari was saying. Once you land on the plane, once you get in the airport, we take care of you from there all the way back to the airport. And then after that, it's not just you come to an event. When you go home from an event, you get rah fever and you're like, okay, it's over. No, we stay connected with you because this is the whole deal. We want you to fully be immersed in the situation of having the love poured into you from myself, from Paul, from Spencer, and from Ballwinder, and from Shari, and from Kimberly, and all the amazing people here, because we've all been on a journey. And you can just see we're transparent. We come here live and share our shit with you because we're on that path too. And the reason why we're ahead on the path is because we've done those investments, because we've made those commitments, because we've looked at pain and things that are hard and said, okay, yeah, it's going to suck, but it sucks right now. So it's going to suck a little bit more, but in the end, is it going to be worth it? 1,000%. I'm living proof. If you guys don't know my story, in a nutshell, I was a homeless 7th grade dropout who lived in the backseat of a station wagon with 18 cats and 2 dogs. And for 4 years of my life, it was hell. I tried to commit suicide twice. Fortunately, I sucked at it. I had a gun put to my head. I almost had my head blown off. So many other different things. I had a Burger King guy that used to give me food so I could eat, the leftover food when people didn't eat it. I got that. So many different stories. But because I looked at pain and I looked at adversity as an opportunity for me to grow and to grind and to become stronger, that's the reason why I'm sitting here in front of you guys today as the No Excuses coach and having a kick-ass life, because I've done all these things and I've made those investments and I've took those risks. And I went and got my master's degree. I'm still paying off my master's degree. I made an investment back in, Jesus Christ, 1997. And I'm still paying on that master's degree. But guess what? It was worth it. It was so worth it. All the time and the money I spent on it, and I'm still spending on it. It was worth it. So we want you guys to be there. Final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen.
I think, oh, go for it, Shari.
I'm sorry. I wanted to say something before I lose connection. We really want to be of service, and this is the best way we can. A little bit of fun, a little bit of fun and a lot of badass. So let's do this together. Together we are better. Takes a village. We need our village to join us.
We need a village.
Be a part of something groundbreaking, because this is the first of many.
Absolutely. Well said. And yeah, like our job is to get you back to what you value most in your life and help you really get to where you'd like to be in whatever area of life that is, whether it's finances, relationships, feeling good about yourself, like feeling like you're on path and on purpose. Like that's what it's all about. And that's where your life is trying to get you towards anyways. But it's for us to get in there, release some of that crappy baggage that no one needs. It served its purpose, and now it's time to let it go. So hop on board, come join us. We'd love to see you, love to work with you. And it'd be our absolute pleasure to be able to help you in any way that we can with that different stuff. So there it is.
And that's where they can get a hold. Tell them where they can get a hold of you, Spencer.
So if you want to get a hold of me, you can go to my website. It's sbmindbody.ca.
Up on the screen in case you need to read it.
Perfect. Oh yeah. So that's my link right there. Jeez, can't read. I'm looking over here instead of over there. So that's my link right there. If you want to do like an intro session, you can do that. Or I have a number on there too that you can reach me as well if you have any questions, or my email and stuff is on there too. So come check it out. Ask me any questions, and we'll get you taken care of.
Awesome. I want to thank you both so very much for being on the show, for doing this live. Both of you deserve massive respect and kudos. I know it's been a tricky situation here with the internet connection, but again, that's energy. That's just energy. And because we're bringing the energy, we're bringing the connection, we want to connect with you guys. So take the opportunity, go check it out. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself, to Shari, to Kimberly, to Spencer, any one of us. We're happy to help you. Since this is my show, I will take care of you. If you're interested in going, I will offer you a complimentary coaching session, free, no problem. If you're interested in going, I would love to have that conversation with you and see if it's a right fit for you. And if nothing else, you walk away with an hour of my time, the No Excuses Coach, which is very valuable and will be impactful for you. So that's my gift to you guys for checking out the Transformational Badass event. We love you. We love Kimberly. Kimberly is amazing. We love Myra, who's on our team. We love Paul and all the other speakers. We appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys being here, part of the Misfit Nation. And you guys are always here. So thank you for being a part of this special event.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We will. So I'm going to put you guys backstage for a second, and don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I know Shari might go somewhere, but don't go anywhere. I am going to just kind of close out the show. So again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the decision is yours. The decision is yours, and not about the event. The about the event is obviously important to us, but more importantly, the decision is yours. What are you going to do when you walk away from this conversation? So we've been talking for about an hour. We've shared into you. There's been opportunities for you to just really kind of sit back. And we've had some amazing comments here in what's going on. So are you going to reach out? At the very least, reach out to Spencer and do a complimentary session and see what happens and go from there. At the very least, reach out to me and do a complimentary session and see where it goes from there. The opportunity is yours. So we appreciate each and every one of you for watching the special live broadcast of the Raw and Unscripted show. I'm your host. I'm Christopher Rausch, and I will see you Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Of course, every single Tuesday. I will see you guys there. For now, this is Christopher Rausch, the No Excuses Coach, and we will see you next time. Stay classy, stay kick-ass, and always stay unstoppable. Love you guys.